Welcome back. We're going to go to our next recipe, which is a chicken almond burritos.
Sounds good, honey.
It calls for 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a half a cup of red bell pepper chopped, a half a cup of red onion chopped, 2 cups of mock chicken cubed, 2/3 cup of sweet and sour sauce, 1/2 cup of almonds slivered, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce light, and 6 whole wheat tortillas soft.
Okay.
Now,
Mock chicken.
we already made the sweet and sour sauce,
right.
and we're
Okay.
going to make now burritos.
Oh, burritos.
Okay? And this one has a mock chicken, and the mock chicken is actually, once again, made from soy.
Okay.
You can see it in your regular stores. You can buy it sometime in strips.
That's right.
And sometimes you can buy it already chopped up. So at your regular grocery stores, you will find the chicken. This is mock chicken that we're going to be using in our burritos. And I also use sometime too beef. So you can
That's
make
right,
beef ones,
mock.
or you can make the chicken. We're doing a chicken this time
And the
also.
same company makes both of those.
Same company. I'm
Now,
going to.
sometimes the strips, we always, well, sometimes we use a knife, well, not a knife, but some scissors, and cut up the
And make
chicken
it
so
more-
it'll be more in the chunk
Right,
form.
right. I'm going to go ahead on and put in the olive oil.
Okay.
Remember, you want to heat the skillet ahead of time. That way you can use less oil if you're having problems with heart, the cholesterol levels being up. If you will go ahead on and slice for me, this has the red onions in it.
You want this
and,
cubed or just?
You just go ahead on and chop it.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to chop the onions, and I'm going to go ahead on and get the red pepper ready to go. Same thing. And this is going to add some nice color, pretty color to the burritos.
Okay.
Okay. And you can use green, but because of the fact we've already got that green bell pepper going, we're going to go ahead on and do something a little bit different. Everything's about color because we are doing dinner for 2. Or as you
right.
said,
Romantic dinner for 2.
But just in case.
But just in case.
Just in case, if you're going to just take something special to someone and you want them to know you love them, you're thinking about them.
And for the single people out there, dinner for 1. Just half the recipe, huh?
Half that recipe, but if
We want to
you
include
are
everybody.
just a one person,
A 1 person.
this is all the more reason to go and take dinner for 2 to somebody
Oh.
else. Share.
Good idea, honey.
Yeah, yep. Okay, let's just go ahead and get this ready to go in to the
And I hope
Okay.
you hurry up because I'm about to cry.
with the red onion. That's unusual.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and let me just take the spatula. I'm gonna move this oil around a little bit here in a pan, and you can go ahead on and start putting those in.
Yeah, I need to get this
Go
away
ahead.
from me.
Put those in.
Okay.
All right.
Both of these going in?
Beautiful color. All right. And I'm going to add to this, I'm going to go ahead on and move by putting in as soon as we saute it, just saute it for a little bit. I don't like to really overcook everything, but just get a nice crispness also to the burrito itself.
Okay.
And I have that whole wheat burritos. And would you just take those out so they can see those? Okay. We try to keep everything whole grain.
How you get this out, honey? There a button to
It's
push?
always, it likes to play with you.
Oh. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've got the whole wheat tortilla shell.
Whole
And
wheat
Curtis, why the whole wheat tortilla shell? Why are we using that particular one
Well, we
instead of the
want
regular
whole
white
grains
one?
instead of refined grains. So again, when the Word of God talks about wheat in the Bible, it's talking about the whole wheat, the whole grain, not refined. So this is the way to go. With the whole grains, you get all the B vitamins and B12, folic acid, etc. So this is what we want. The whole grain has the germ, endosperm, and so therefore you get all that in there with the whole grains.
And they also have these in all different flavors now. They've got them in tomato basil,
That's right.
spinach, and they're more larger. And now the larger ones means they're actually, we call those now wraps. These are tortillas, shells, soft, 8 inches. And then the wraps are 10 to 12 inches big, and they really make a wonderful sandwich as well. Okay? So we got that sauteing. We're now going to go ahead on and throw or pour in. Why don't you go ahead on and
What we're going to do now,
mix
baby?
in. Let's go ahead and
Mix
put
in
the
the
chicken.
chicken?
Mock chicken.
Mock chicken.
Mock chicken.
Already seasoned.
Already ready
You don't have
to
to do
go.
anything to this. It's
All
ready
right.
to go.
And let's go ahead and put the almonds in.
And these are slivered almonds.
Ooh, that's okay. Now, there's a couple things I do sometime when I do my burritos, Curtis, and that is I will take the actual shell itself. And let me go ahead and pour on first. This is the soy.
That's the light soy sauce.
Light soy sauce. Oh, there's a flavor coming in. Smell that?
Yeah. Looking good now, baby. Chicken almond burritos.
Okay. Now, in this recipe also, we wind up putting in 2/3 cup of the actual sweet and sour, which we had earlier. Okay. So let's just go ahead and just add. This is about that amount. All right. Now we're going to make that burrito up, and we're going to move to our next recipe, which is really the best one even yet. If you think something's going on. All we're going to do with this burrito, Curtis, is we're just going to put it in our shell.
This looks good.
All right.
Honey.
And while we're getting this burrito ready, we're going to look at the next recipe.
Oh, okay.
Jelly buttons. It calls for 1 jar of all fruit preserved, 1 cup of nuts chopped, 1 1/4 cup of quick oats, 1/2 cup of canola oil, and 1/2 cup of maple syrup pure, 1/4 teaspoon of Bill's Best chicken and seasoning, and 1 1/4 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. Jelly buttons are one of my favorites. It's a very quick and easy recipe. All we're going to do is take our oil. This is the 1/2 cup of canola oil. And we're going to put in the maple syrup, pure maple syrup. And Chris, why don't you, we have the whole wheat pastry flour over there.
Yes, we do.
Why don't you go ahead and put that whole wheat pastry flour. We're going to take the oats, instant oats, and go ahead and put it in there with that.
Instant oats.
Instant oats are going in.
Has to be instant.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then we have a cup of nuts, and you can use your favorite nuts. I like to use walnuts in this one. All right.
Okay.
And we have the chicken, 1/4 teaspoon of the Bill's Best chicken and seasoning. And if you don't have that, you can just use 1/4 teaspoon of salt, sea salt, all right? And all we're going to do, believe it or not, is we're going to mix in our oil and our maple syrup.
I know that in our travels, we went to Burlington, Connecticut. Yes, I believe 30 minutes from Canada. And the people we stayed with gave us maple syrup. Maple syrup. As a gift.
And this recipe actually came from a very good friend of ours.
Oh, yes. The Stabos in Solon Springs, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yes, went there twice, yes.
Yeah.
Pearl and forgot her husband's name, but Mr. Stabo. Pearl and Mr. Stabo.
Okay. I guess that'll work.
Yeah, that will work.
Of course, I tweak the recipe. Once again, I always tweak my recipes. I add a little bit more of the flour to the original recipe and a little bit more of the oats, the instant oats to it as well. And so you can see that it makes you can see it's already ready to go just about here. And all you're going to do, believe it or not, because the oil's already there, is we're going to just take and scoop it with a scoop.
This is what this is for, huh?
We're going to just take a scoop and we're going to put it on our tray.
Oh, okay. I thought that was an ice cream scoop. It could be used for cookies too, right?
For cookies. It's a small one. It's
it is kind of small. Okay.
Yeah, another one of my gadgets.
Yes, okay.
Okay. And so with that in mind, you're going to put that on there. This makes about 2 dozen of these cookies.
Okay.
And all I do is sometimes take it, pat it down, and we call it, move it in the middle, a little hole. Okay. And then we're just taking our jam, and we put the jam in the middle.
Oh.
Like that.
Can I help do one of these, honey?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Okay.
Go ahead and do that one. A little bit of jam in the middle. There's one already made.
I have to do a hole, right?
Yeah, I'll make the hole there.
You make the hole?
There you go.
Okay. And then...
and then you go ahead and
a little bit of jam.
Just a little small amount. If you put too much in there, once it bakes in the oven at 350 degrees, the jam will actually pour all out on the sides and mess the cookie up, okay?
Oh, we don't want that to happen.
And so you don't want that to happen at all, okay?
Yeah,
so, once again...
This is a critical move.
Okay.
Very critical.
All right, and like I said, it does about 2 dozen. And sometimes they call them thumb cookies, Curtis.
Oh,
let's put a couple more on there. Let's get us a couple more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now my finger's so big.
Well, you know, it's not, okay. And sometimes you can just take your knife, okay? And I like it because you can reshape it and just make a little hole right there in the middle.
Oh, I see.
Just make your little hole.
Jelly buttons.
Jelly buttons, and you can go ahead on and put that in there if you want to.
I remember she had this for us.
She had them ready for us. I'm not sure what flavor that was that she had. This particular one is black cherry. It's actually in this one.
Okay.
And because we're doing a dinner for two, romantic dinner for two, as Curtis has said, then we kind of want to put the red in there because there's something special that we're going to be doing
Yeah, you
at
said
the
that
end
at
of
the
the
start of
program.
the show, something
I've been
special.
saying that quite often, have
What's the
I not?
special thing, honey?
350 degrees, it goes in the oven, and it actually stays in there for about 15 minutes. You want to check and make sure that it's ready, and it will be, because you'll see it get brown around the edges. The top will not get brown, just around your edges will get brown, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to see the end of the program and see all the things that we've prepared today on this show, Dinner for Two, or as Curtis said, Romantic Dinner for Two. So stay by.